with him. His two accomplices stayed for the trial and were found not guilty. Leonard decided to run and ran to Canada, and U.S. Marshals brought him back and put him before another judge in another district, and they withheld evidence and convicted him. And his only chance is possibly a presidential pardon, which is not likely to occur. Bill Clinton, the coward, had him on the docket to pardon him until 400 FBI agents picketed the White House in, I think it was 1998 or 1999. And I know Biden won't do it, but the discussion goes on, and I've met and befriended Leonard Peltier, his friend, who I'm trying to convince to hold a concert and also take out a $100,000 ad in the Washington Post to bring Leonard back to the present, because right now he's in the deep past and nobody knows about him. So it's called Mr. President, Pardon Leonard Peltier. Mr. President, please pardon Leonard Peltier. He spent his life in prison. His trial wasn't fair. Mr. President, pardon Leonard Peltier. In prison like an animal, 45 plus years, on the Pine Ridge Reservation in 1975, protecting his people from the goons and FBI, as many were murdered on the Pine Ridge that year. Mr. President, pardon Leonard Peltier. The trial was a travesty, he didn't have a chance. 2 agents shot dead on the Jumping Bull Ranch. Prosecution gave false testimony of the murder scene. They pinned it on Leonard as in a bad dream. Mr. President, pardon Leonard Peltier. He spent his life in prison. His trial wasn't fair. Mr. President, pardon Leonard Peltier. In prison like an animal, 45 plus years. Myrtle, poor bear, a girl who testified, lied, said she dated Len, then said he did the crime, then later recanted while fearing for her life. Mr. President, give Leonard back his time. Rubino, Butler, and Peltier, all 3 charged with the crime. First 2 found not guilty, neither did no time. So they pinned it all on Leonard. Someone had to pay. Mr. President, free Leonard without delay. Leonard ran from the scene, later found up north. They brought him back from Canada, they brought him back by force. They brought him back from Canada to face another judge who wanted someone to convict with a solitary grudge. Mr. President, pardon Leonard Peltier. He spent his life in prison. His trial wasn't fair. Mr. President, pardon Leonard Peltier. In prison like an animal, 45 plus years.